Hey everybody, this is Nathan Lehman at the Ultra Running Company, and thanks so much for joining us for another shoe review. Today we're going to be talking about the Hoka One One Elevon 2. So let's just jump right in. What's the Elevon? Well, the Elevon 2 is a low drop comfort cushion road running shoe. What does that mean? Well, it definitely means that there's a lot of cushion on this, that comfort cushion. It also means that more of that cushion is under the heel than under the forefoot, but not a whole lot more. In this case, 5 millimeters. Hoka advertises this shoe as having 27 millimeters of cushion here under your forefoot and 32 millimeters of cushion here under the heel. And that results in what they call a 5 millimeter drop from heel to toe. Now, we don't trust anyone at the Ultra Running Company, so we measured it ourselves, and we found out this is even more of a comfort cushion shoe than they advertise. When we measured it, we got 29 millimeters under the forefoot and 34 millimeters under the heel. So that's still a 5 millimeter drop. So when we add in 4 millimeters of insole, this is a 33 millimeter forefoot and 38 millimeter heel shoe, still with that 5 millimeter drop. And folks, that's a lot of cushion. Now, there are other shoes in the Hoka lineup that have just as much cushion, but they do it in a little bit different way. Let's talk about what that is. This shoe uses what Hoka calls ProFly technology. And really what that means is just that they're making the cushion in the heel a little bit less dense than the cushion in the front, so that if you do land on your heel, it's gonna give a little bit. It's gonna compress under your foot. You're gonna roll forward and then really push off that firmer cushion on the front. So that's the ProFly. In this case, they also have two different types of rubber. One, a softer, more pillowy rubber up here, and then a slightly firmer rubber on the bottom that allows you to sink in a little bit and push off. The result in this shoe is that you have a relatively firm ride for a Hoka. This is a very consistent shoe, meaning it's not going to give a lot from side to side. It's not going to compress a whole lot on your foot. This is the firmest road cushion shoe that they offer from top to bottom. It's also got a hard wearing kind of a carbon rubber on the bottom here where you see the red and here where you see the red. These are your high impact areas, and so Hoka puts an additional hard rubber on this. What that means is this shoe lasts a long time. It not only does not scuff off on these hard wearing parts, but because this is a firmer cushion that doesn't compress as much over and over and over, it's going to last well also. We talk about a shoe running out on the cushion. This shoe takes a long time to run out on the cushion. It's probably in the top 20% of the shoes that we have in the store as far as feeling consistent on day one and on mile 400 or 500 in there. So when you get to the upper miles in this shoe, you're not only going to have great tread life left, but you're going to have great cushion left. So long-lasting shoe here in all that cushioning. When we move to the upper, Hoka has what's called an engineered mesh. It just means that it's one piece. It doesn't have a lot of seams or a lot of overlays in it. It uses the knit of the top itself to supply a little bit more tension in certain places and a little less in others. This is not a wide shoe, but it's also not Hoka's most narrow. It fits a pretty wide variety of feet within the Ultra Running Company. It's not offered in a wide, so if you do have truly wide feet, you're probably going to want to look elsewhere for a true wide. Hoka offers that in a few, Saucony offers it in a few, New Balance, that sort of thing. So this does fit a wide variety of feet though. Not a super tapered toe box, but if you have a rounded foot, one that may be a little squarer, kind of a foot looking foot, you may have some issues with this pulling it in towards the front. It's a very traditional design here, but it's not super pointy at the end like some shoes that we see that we just don't understand how people's feet fit in them. As we move from the toe box down, what we're going to see is first on the outside, we've got a bunch of pieces here. Now these are actually practical tie-ins. So you've got your tongue here with a tie-in there so that your tongue doesn't move back and forth. And then you also have these eyelets here. On some shoes, the eyelets, when you see these sticking out, they're completely cosmetic. If you find a shoe that has eyelets like this and it's sewn in this area right here, that's completely cosmetic. What you have here is a piece that actually, I'm going to try and show this to you, that actually goes through into the shoe itself, and it goes under your foot. So you're actually, as you pull in these tabs, you're actually pulling the shoe tighter. What that means is you can really dial in the fit of the Elevon on your foot. If you like a more snug fit, awesome, snug it down. If you like it to be a little looser, maybe you're only pulling on some of these and you're lacing it a little bit differently to give you kind of a customized fit. We do really like that when it's done practically and when it's done in an actual useful manner, and the Elevon's definitely does that. As you go back to the heel, pretty traditional heel box, nice cutout here for the Achilles. We don't get many folks that are concerned about that, where it's rubbing. The heel is snug. It does have what we call a heel counter, which makes this piece firmer. But as you can see with my finger, I'm pushing in on that. This is not a rock hard heel counter, just holds that in place. Nice dip here again, so you're not cutting in. Hoka is good enough to put a strap on the back. They've got a couple different solutions for this. As I've said in other reviews, we've never had a real bit of trouble putting on a shoe. So any way that someone wants to solve that problem is good with us. What does all this springy cushion mean combined with kind of a really durable upper? It means that a women's Elevon 2 is 8.5 ounces and a men's Elevon 2 is 10.1 ounces. Now typically we'd say if you're under 10 ounces, you are a very lightweight shoe. Not so sure we'd call this a super lightweight shoe, but considering what you get, you're getting something that is definitely not heavy. You'll be surprised when you pick up the Elevon knowing how durable it is, how little it weighs. Now the other piece of that is that 10.1 ounces is in a men's size 9, that's a sample size. And if you're wearing size 13s and trucking around in them like I am, you're all the way up at 12.6 ounces. Again, 12.6 ounces isn't ridiculous. There are highly cushioned shoes out there that are significantly more, the 14-ounce range, but it's not super lightweight. So what you're getting here is a durable, long-lasting shoe, and as a result of that long-lasting nature, you are giving up a little bit of that lightness in the shoe. It's actually only a lightweight shoe when you compare it to other shoes in its category. More stable, more built up, and longer lasting. At $160, you are in fact getting what you're paying for with this shoe. On a cost per mile basis, this is a very good shoe. It is lightweight for that cost per mile, and we expect that you'll have many, many miles going along. We do tend to recommend this for people that want a little more stability in their shoe, just side-to-side stability. This is not a stability shoe. It does not force you one way or the other or cause your body to do unnatural things. It just allows you to land consistently. We tend to see people that land on their heel a little bit more, like this shoe a little bit more, because of that ProFly, softer in the heel and more bouncy in the forefoot feel to it. So definitely a good alternative if you're going in to look and you want to compare to some of the more pillowy Hokas like the Bondi or the Clifton. This is going to be your more consistent version of those shoes, and it's also a good switch if you're trying to work your way down to a low drop shoe from something like a Brooks or a New Balance. This one will feel more traditional on your foot while giving you that nice responsible 5mm drop that we have in our low drop category. So we do recommend this. We find it to be a great shoe for a lot of people, and we hope that this review has helped you decide if it's the right shoe for you. As always, if you wouldn't mind taking a look and subscribing to our YouTube channel, it helps other people see our reviews. We love doing these. We're really excited to be back doing them consistently, and your feedback in the comments section really does matter to what we talk about and how we talk about it. So thank you very much for the feedback. Keep giving it, keep subscribing, tell your friends, and learn to love to run.